I have this fear around riding my motorcycle. It's not a fear of riding a motorcycle, but some aspects around riding. Fear is really maybe the wrong word for it. It's more like a strong worry that's always in the back of my mind. I'm in my early 50s and less than a year ago I learned how to ride a motorcycle. So what the heck could I be worried about other than the constant threat of being an invisible motor vehicle on the road? My biggest worry, or my fear, is of breaking down. Mostly I have a fear of getting a flat tire. Up until today I fully expected that a flat tire would be delaying my ride, not something mechanical. I ride a 10-year-old KLR 650, and I carry tools. I do basic maintenance on my motorcycle, but I'm still learning. I have everything I need to change a flat tire, but with a little experience, I expect it's going to take me quite a while to fix a flat when it happens for the first time. Yes, I have roadside assistance, which of course won't help me if I'm in the bush, but it's some comfort for while I'm on the road. This ride today was good for the first 10 minutes. The bike sounded fine while wearing my earplugs, but after listening to the recording, I did notice a kind of up and down thrumming sound of the engine. I just don't know if that's the motorcycle sounding funny, or the sound being cut out by the wind every now and then because my mic was hanging below my chin. We're in the HOV lane on the freeway, just cruising along, passing vehicles. If you note that red car I overtake, this is where my motorcycle starts to have some problems. Shortly after passing the red car, it starts to overtake me. Not because it's going faster, but because I had a gradual loss of power and then a sudden loss of power until I could no longer do more than 80 kilometers an hour. It was unnerving on the freeway. Neither one of us has a comm system, so I just had to signal to the left to show I needed to move over to the shoulder. On the bright side, this happened before a major bridge where it would have been super dangerous to slow down with little room to pull over. So off the freeway, onto a side road, where we stopped and listened to the bike, and it seemed to ride okay and sounded just fine. In fact, it felt so normal to me that I decided to make another attempt on the freeway again. As I tried to accelerate back on the freeway, I couldn't get the motorcycle to rev past 4,000 RPM and realized that I needed to pull over before getting back into traffic and onto that bridge that I mentioned. Luck was on my side again since I was still on the ramp and not on the freeway. There was no way the bike was going to go faster than 80 kilometers an hour, and I was worried it was going to break down completely. More good news, this is not a busy on-ramp on this particular day. I had to back down the on-ramp to turn around, which is already made difficult by the height of my bike, forcing me to be on my tiptoes. We headed off to coffee nearby and decided what to do. During coffee, we discussed the possible problems that it might be, and decided it was some sort of fuel starvation, maybe the carburetor or a clogged fuel filter. The bike is still new to me, and I don't know much about carburetors or what I can do to fix it while away from home. I carry tools, but without the knowledge of what's wrong or what to do about it, they're almost useless to me. I thought it best that I start heading back toward home since it's 70 kilometers back, and at the very least I figured I could limp home without needing a tow. So, we tried to salvage the ride by heading back towards my house along secondary routes, since I could only do about 80 kilometers an hour at most. Along the way we decided to stop at a motorcycle dealer to see if they might have a fuel filter I could change. Unfortunately, they said they didn't have one in stock, and I later determined that they didn't have one in stock because there's no fuel filter for the KLR 650 unless I install an inline one. The good news, I made it home safely and got in about 160 kilometers of riding on a failing motorcycle. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do any riding again until I figure out what's wrong. Thanks for watching.